welcome to the 4th edition of Talking Tuesdays. I am DekingRenegade.
I'm Steven Ellis.
And the topic on hand today is who we think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year. And that's definitely a great topic.
Well, White Boy 7th Street. I'm going to have to say, that's what you sounded like. I'm going to go with, I picked this year St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues.
They've had great goaltending, and then it got even better by trading Halak for Ryan Miller. They've got incredible depth. Like, the fact that Brendan Morrow is playing like bottom minutes is pretty incredible. Right now, they are second in the NHL, only behind Boston, but that's partly because Boston won on like a 4,000 winning game streak. So, yeah. Well, there is, but it's a pretty guys. We've got guys like David Backes, you got Berglund playing like bottom minutes and still looking good. Jay Bomeister, Ian Cole's looked good too. Petrangelo. The fact that they have like every goalie in the NHL, it seems like it's like they are a team to beat for sure.
I'm definitely not gonna lie. St. Louis has definitely astounded me this year. As of right now, they're first in the West. I believe first in the NHL.
Second. I just you're not paying attention to me like.
Whoops, sorry, second in the NHL. All right, so. As you can see, his pick is St. Louis. I'm going to go with Boston. I personally think that if Boston can keep up what they've been doing for the last, 20 games recently, that they can't win the Cup. They just can't buckle in the playoffs, which is what they're somewhat known to do. Shout out to NHL Chaos's favorite team, the Flyers, for a second year. You remember that big buckle from Boston, right?
Oh, yeah. That was.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not a Leafs fan.
That was big.
I don't care that I work for the Leafs. No, it's like I'm glad.
But they've had their ups and downs. So as you can tell, Boston, they lost to Philly while winning 3-0 in the series and 3-0 in Game 7. Philly made that whole comeback, but then they made grounds back as they beat Toronto. Sorry for can't have my Deke, his favorite team here.
Wow, why? Why would you like the Leafs?
Anyway.
Oh, but watch Leafs TV though. Because I'm on it, so.
Yeah, he's got a segment. So anyways, so Toronto was up 4-1. We all know what happened. 11 minutes left. Boston came all the way back, 4-4. They won it in overtime, and then all the respect that went to James Reimer apparently got completely lost. So
and it hasn't got back yet, apparently. So.
Which is absolutely stupid. I mean, it wasn't all his fault.
This year he's not playing well. Like, if you watch the game against Winnipeg.
Well, you can't blame him. He has the worst defense in the league.
Oh, but even then, he should be able to catch the shots. Like, they come for the blue line. It's like, oops, I missed it completely. Good job, Morgan Riley.
All right, well, okay, so his defense is bad, but he could be better. So anyways, with Boston, another down in that season was with Chicago Blackhawks. This is Average Pro's favorite team, and mine as well, so.
Do any of these YouTubers like Buffalo or Florida?
Actually, shout out to Hockey5150. His favorite team is Buffalo.
You better like the Buffalo Junior Sabres. They're pretty good.
Yeah, well, he plays for one of those teams. Anyway, so against the Chicago Blackhawks, the Bruins, as everyone should know, were up 2-1. Chicago came back and tied it, and then won the Stanley Cup within 17 seconds, and that was definitely not good, but I don't necessarily think it was all Boston's fault. I mean, stuff happens.
Well, Chicago had a really good final minute of the game.
They definitely did, so. Yeah, so bottom line, my pick for this year is simply if Boston can keep it up, I personally think that they will win the Cup. What about San Jose, though? I really want them to win the Cup.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see them win the Stanley Cup, but the problem is, like Anaheim and like Colorado, I feel like they're going to be a potential first-round exit. Anaheim, they're relying too much on their goalies in a lot of the cases, and then they do have a couple of good guys playing well. Cam Fowler, the only reason he is a plus right now this year is because his goalies are stopping literally every shot possible, and then they let in goals when he's not on the ice. And then, I personally think that San Jose would be a tough one.
They've never won before. I want to see that.
They've never won, but the problem is, how many times have we seen this story before?
They always buckle. It's always San Jose. They're like, I should
The
call
Nabokov has made 65 wins this year. Not possible. But look at this. He's going to be the greatest goalie ever, and they lose in 4 games to Calgary or something.
They're a second-round team. They always do good, make the playoffs. Everyone expects them to do well, but then they're just that second-round team. I want them to win, hurdle, bring the team a cup. So that's my thing on San Jose.
Well,
Anaheim and Colorado.
I think the District 5 Ducks are going to win it all this year. They looked really good, facing Iceland, and that's pretty impressive, though. They have a pretty good goalie in the Cat Lady.
Yeah, shout out to Goldberg.
No, Goldberg sucks. What are you talking about? It's Cat Lady. She's the good one.
So, all right, here's definitely a good question. Do you think the Cup So you think the Cup's going to go to the West. I think it's going to go to the East. It's a tough one because this year the topic of the NHL has always been the West being dominant. Like, put it this way, Chicago is in 5th. So as you can see, the West is definitely like the dominant side here.
And there's like a 3-point difference from 2nd to 5th.
So they're all very close. The top 5 teams, they all have like 100 points in the West. I mean, and then like just below that, you have the LA Kings who are also doing.
There's a big drop. There's a big drop off from 5th to 6th, though. So.
Yes, there is. But about the East, they also have some great teams, not just Boston. How about the Pittsburgh Penguins this year?
Oh, Pittsburgh, well, that's not really much of a shock. Everyone says, oh, Fleury's bad stuff. It's like, well, Fleury does really well in the regular season every year. So this shouldn't be a shock to anybody. I don't think Buffalo's going to make it. They may have a tough time. If you know, that's going to be a tough one for sure. You've also got to look at the Rangers as a potential. Like, it'd be weird to call them kind of a smaller team in this, but considering their start in the year, where I think they lost every single game and literally Thomas Hertl basically manhandled them in one game, scoring 4 goals.
Oh my.
That was bad. But
Good point there.
Tampa has got some good players. And even though, like, Callahan's looking good, he's looking better personally, in my opinion, than St. Louis is right now. But that's just St. Louis has 1 goal for the Rangers, so that's kind of one reason. Don't forget about my team, though, the Montreal Canadiens.
Montreal's in 3rd. I'm definitely happy about that because we have some Canadian team that's actually.
Well, it's Pacioretty has, as of the time of us recording this, 39 goals. So
that's really kind of good.
Yeah, he's got a really good stats, and then Carey Price, of course, is literally Montreal's savior. If it wasn't for him, Montreal would be battling with the Leafs.
Hashtag
so.
Team Canada Gold. 2 shutouts in a row. Carey Price is the hero.
Brandon Saunders doesn't think so.
Yeah, well, we gotta make Saunders change his opinion. So, anyways, those are definitely our picks for the Stanley Cup. But there's one more thing I quickly want to talk about before we wrap up this commentary, and it's mainly due to the fact that we live near Toronto. So, Toronto Maple Leafs playoff hopes. What are your opinions as to right now?
Well, considering it's pretty much impossible, we know it's not happening. So, again, at the time of this recording, or at the time this airs and stuff, we'll know what happens.
Exactly. So, well, it's unfortunate just because, well, Toronto. I'm sick and tired of them always doing the same thing every year. They always start off really good. Everyone thinks they're the playoffs, the Stanley Cup, and then, oh yeah, you know, they go on an 8-game losing streak at the very end of the season and they lose. It's like, don't get your hopes up so quick. The beginning of the season means nothing. Look at the New York Rangers, where they were at the beginning of the season, and look at where they are now.
Hey, do you remember one person was telling us that the Leafs did much better than the Habs last year in the playoffs? That was one of the dumbest comments. And I think you know what
we could make another commentary talking about why that comment was so stupid, but we're not going to go into that. So, to wrap up the video, my personal opinion on the Stanley Cup is going to be Boston if they keep up what they're doing.
St. Louis because they just simply have the best depth in the NHL.
Hopefully none of them blow it. I'd like to see that Stanley Cup Finals again. I'm DekingRenegade.
I'm Goldberg.
Alright, apparently he's Goldberg, and I had a great commentary, and we will see you guys next time. See you later.
See ya.